All right, everyone, we welcome you back to another edition of Cleve and Me before a beautiful Monday Night Raw. There is a lot to talk about. This is the first time we've done this in person. Cleveland's been here all weekend, and man, he could speak for himself, but we had a pretty good one. We started out Friday, and now we're at Monday Night Raw. And Cleve, you ready or what?
Man, I am pumped for Monday Night Raw tonight. Kickoff, I believe, is at 6 o'clock.
5:30.
5:30. Yeah, so we'll get there for the main event show. So I'm just looking forward. This is my first actual live WWE event. I got my championship belt over here.
Oh,
We got
Jesus.
some other merchandise supposed to be getting. So I'm pumped to see Charlotte take down Nikki Ash tonight.
Well, first off, I'm glad you don't have on that bogus LeBron James jersey. That was hard to see. That was hard to watch over the past couple of days, but that's okay. Hearn, shout out to Hearn. Thank you for watching from Florida. Came out to WrestleMania with us in Tampa. That was a blast of a time. And like we said, we are ringside tonight for Monday Night Raw. Me, co-host Tones, who helps out when Cleveland or me can't be there. The Big E mod, thumbs down to that heel. We got Rudy, Christian and Alex sometimes help us out on our shows. He's on there as well. So we're going to be all over the place tonight. You'll see my big head out there. I think I'm between John Cena and Monday Night Raw. Sure. And don't even start, you got to start with the People's Champ. But what are you thinking about shirt-wise for tonight?
Well, I was gonna wear a Cleve and Me shirt, and then I was gonna get there and possibly find a good shirt to also wear a mid-show, probably do a switch off. So I'm in between two shirts at the moment.
I might be doing the same, but like I said, we're I believe we got the third and a little bit of fourth row ringside. Should be able to be seen during all matches, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to it as we've never done it before. And again, we want to promote that, as you all know, because a lot of people do watch Monday Night Raw on USA Network, and we hope that you can see us. And in the meantime, I'm actually going to try. Let's see if I could do this. You know what? I was going to have the ticker be going. Fuck it. We're not even going to try and do that. But anyways, we're going tonight, but we have a lot to talk about. And there's been releases lately. The first one, Mr. Cleve, I try and hook this up a minute. What are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt being released? There's a lot of stories going on, why and stuff, and more keeps coming out. What's the thought? What do you got for us?
Man, John, to be honest, we found this out, I believe, Saturday.
Correct. Saturday early afternoon.
We were just hanging out on the balcony. Next thing you know, Bray Wyatt has been released. I was really surprised. I thought we were going to get a comeback probably within a month or so with Bray Wyatt. They kept Alexa Bliss as his character, so there was always a possibility that he would make a comeback, but reports have came out that him and Vince McMahon had an ice and cold relationship.
They did release his lady.
They did release his lady secretly. There's just been a lot of issues with him in creative writing, so I think they're going to be really fumbled on this one. Out of all the other guys that they really released, I think Bray Wyatt was the one unique one that they should have kept. So I'm really devastated at this. I really hope Bray Wyatt the best in his future, but I hope he doesn't end up on AEW.
Yeah, and Wyatt was one of my favorite characters. If I had my keys on me, I got a couple things of him. Bray Wyatt bottle opener for my brother, and I have a poster actually as well. I just wish him the best in whatever he does. It does seem likely that it just could be simply, he is a high-level guy, could have wanted a lot of money, and, Vince keeps slitting him down. And this is one of the few that I disagree with. I think they should have done everything in their power probably to have him stay. Then again, don't know everything yet, but that being the case, you don't want to lose one of your top talents, especially not being an old-timer. We don't care about Ric Flair was released today. That was a mutual thing. Nobody really cares about that. Let's be honest. As much of a legend as he was, we care about the people that are still carrying the show. We haven't seen him since Mania, as we all know, with the Alexa Bliss movement. So, we are the first show back from Cleveland tonight. I'm very interested to see, if we get any Wyatt chance if Bliss comes out. What do you think?
Oh, I think knowing how the Chicago crowd is, probably during one of these usual toilet break matches, we may hear a Bray Wyatt chant. Just because I feel like a lot of WWE fans are still shocked by this news, and that's more of the story unfolds over the next few days. More fans are going to be vocal about that. And there's not a lot of happy fans like me about what happened.
And so, we talk about Wyatt because, that was the most recent thing in news that was worth mentioning from all WWE and all other outlets. I caught up on all the news this morning. Wasn't much else there. A lot of people still, I think, in shock about it. But without, even previewing tonight or talk about keep the exciting good vibes rolling, we have to talk about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. We haven't been able to hit that on our show yet. And by the way, for all the, people out there, find us at Cleve and Me on Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, all those places. Go into Google, you type in Cleve and Me, eventually you'll find us and catch up on all the latest. But it's been a week and a half. Last week was busy. Not only Cleveland when he was preparing to come to town, I had some shit I was dealing with. But we're back now, and we're going to have a blast tonight. But I need to hit on CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. As it seems, both have signed with AEW. We're split here. I'm a huge CM Punk fan still now. Cleveland's to be determined. I don't like Daniel Bryan, and he does. So we're split on the characters, but either way, Cleveland, they're both good signings for the network and ratings-wise at the very least.
I think both are signing. If you want a major pop, if you want your audience and viewership to go up, then why not bring back CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, especially Punk, who we haven't seen in 8 years in the wrestling ring. That's where only my issue comes in, is that does he still have it? Is he rusty? I don't know, like, what can we really expect from CM Punk? And then it's just like the same with Daniel Bryan. How much does he have in the tank left? But as a signing, AEW did a really good job. But for the long run, I only see one out of the two actually having a real impact on AEW.
And honestly, I think both are going to make great impacts. I'm actually debating now, me and Ryu Kendrick, who's been on Independent Wrestler. If you check him out in a couple of our episodes, he'll be on again soon. He's going to visit Chicago in late August, and that's when Rampage will be started. AEW Rampage is a 1-hour show. I believe that will be on TNT, and that's when a lot of people are expecting CM Punk to be there. I missed his era throughout high school and college, so I might have to go back and check it out. Just because, I'm dying for some CM Punk. I missed the era. His battles with Cena, his battles with The Rock, and a plethora of superstars. So I'm excited to see that. And, tickets aren't expensive still yet. It's sold out, but you can find them before fees between $40 and $50. And I think I might make that play after. Our ringside seats tonight after tax, I think it was $578. It was a pretty penny. That's why we're getting there early. We know keep a couple people going. Shout out Brad Jones. He'll be there tonight. We hope to see him. But if you are somehow watching this and ending up at Allstate Arena tonight, get at our Twitter at Cleve and Me. Comment here. Do whatever you can to because we're all over the place and we want to be a part of the fandom with all of you as well. So we appreciate the listeners as always. But getting back to Punk and Bryan, the pops are going to be unreal for both. I think they, a lot of wrestlers are realizing, hey, if we could have a little bit less of a schedule and we could have some more say, why not? Why not check out AEW? Just like in the past, they could easily jump back ship one day for any superstar. But I think a lot of people are liking the freedoms. And as WWE leaves everyone in pins and needles, it doesn't seem to be that way too much with AEW right now, unless COVID goes in a downward spiral, which we hope for any wrestling outlet, anybody in general, that doesn't happen. I give him 2 thumbs up. I know he's more skeptical on the Punk, but I think he'll do great. His UFC career wasn't successful and he's been in hiding, quote unquote, for a lot of years. But I've seen this man in Chicago he's in great shape, and I think he could. He's going to give it his all. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made the move back. I'm trying to just see in terms of other news. We gave your thoughts on Wyatt. we wish him the best. We talk about a little bit about Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Cleveland, is there anything, we have been off the air for a week and a half now. We're going to hit some more WWE. We're going to hit strictly WWE and storylines and stuff. But any news that you'd like to talk about before we go on?
Well, there's also been reports that a lot of WWE stars, wrestlers, are actually pretty scared at the moment of being released without a reason. One of the many things about Bray Wyatt, it wasn't a budget cut that he was released for. A lot of people, I've seen a few articles that were like skeptical, trying to say that it was budget cuts reasoning, but it was him having difference with Vince McMahon. So there's been a lot of people in the locker room that are very nervous about the future going on. Will they be released soon due to quote unquote budget cuts? So I think that's something to look out for too.
And yeah, I mean, Wyatt also had some problems dealing with the loss, as we all know, of Luke Harper. So there was a tweet by The Fiend today, or not a tweet by The Fiend, but they actually brought up his last Firefly Funhouse, which I think speaks volumes, and I already think they knew it was coming. So budget cuts may not have been the answer one, like Cleveland said, and neither were the Luke Harper thing. It could just be that they simply had disagreements because really, ever since over the past year, The Fiend has been slowly like coming out less and stuff. And the Alexa Bliss storyline was great with him for a while. And then at Mania,
she stole it.
As we all know, she came out and The Fiend ended up losing to Randy Orton. So maybe that was the demise right there. After that, he said, fresh beginnings. He was saying it to all his characters and things of that nature. His wife was released before that. So when you have two powerful figures like Vince McMahon and Bray Wyatt, things are going to happen sometimes. And that's just maybe they never saw a point of view after that again. And that's what it is. But as I don't know where he'll show back up but all of the characters from the stable back in the day, they are now all kind of, I think, in that free agent boat. So it could be interesting to see what a Strowman, a Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, maybe they come back together in AEW. Maybe they all do their own things in acting. We're not too sure. We don't have time for that. But sticking with the WWE and the many positives that go along with it, especially after Friday's SmackDown, we now know that Roman Reigns and John Cena, of course, my dude, are going to be going at it at the event of the summer. It's going to be like a Mania. It's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be wild. They're letting up to 70,000 fans as we speak. Again, COVID pending, it should stay the same. They're selling tickets like crazy, and I think a lot of it's going to have to do with the main event that we now know is officially Reigns and Cena. Cleve, we all know this was coming. Finn Balor obviously is a great character, and he's going to get his shot again as they slowly build him back up as he was coming from NXT. Do you have anything to mention on Cena and Reigns?
Well, like I said, we knew it was coming. I thought it was pretty interesting and kind of funny just to see how the contract signing thing went down, where they sort of bamboozled us and believing that it was going to be Finn Balor and Roman. I don't think anyone really believed it, but there will be sometimes just like to go along with it. And Baron Corbin shows up and John Cena. So maybe we get a feud between Baron Corbin and Finn Balor. I would really hate for Finn Balor to come back to the main roster, just not so that they can do what they did the first time and not use his character correctly. I remember me and Joe were talking a couple of days ago. We would love to see Finn Balor take the Intercontinental Champion off Apollo Crews finally, who has
make a real storyline,
who has struggled. All honesty, I know I'm I'm moving away from the question a little bit, but Apollo Crews, some people had high hopes for him when he won the Intercontinental Champion, but he has just not panned out well. Maybe you can get a stronger, a more known face on there. People will follow. So I like Finn Balor taking a step back, going back to the Intercontinental Division and allowing John Cena and Roman to have this match at the SummerSlam. I already know, I'm Roman, he's John Cena. So the outcome of it's going to possibly change the landscape of SmackDown.
Or the landscape of Cleve and Me, for that matter. But no, I mean, I love Roman Reigns too. We don't have to harp on it, but the job he's been doing and carrying SmackDown has been great. The character was awesome. So, you have one of the best faces of all time with one of the best heel in the game right now in all wrestling units. So you might as well put them up against each other. And We'll save predictions for obviously down the road when we do live YouTube shows and bring back some guests, which we'll be doing more of as we are getting close to the 1-year anniversary of Cleve and Me, by the way. Another story that's laid low in the surface. We started this thing a year ago, I believe right before SummerSlam, about mid-August.
Yeah.
And it's been a good thing ever since. It's a year strong, so clearly we're not going anywhere. And now we're actually to be able to enjoy something in person. I think that's been the best part about this is without this podcast, I don't know if we'd be sitting in these seats today. So it's not always about making money. It's not always about, everything going perfect in your life. Sometimes you just have things that happen for a reason. And this is one of them, where it brought a great crew together to see Monday Night Raw. And speaking of Raw, let's get to it. Goldberg is officially announced tonight. We think we'll get Randy Orton back for the first time in weeks tonight. I'm pumped as all hell for both of them. Going back to my childhood, when the Goldberg entrance hits, I'm going to be standing loud and proud, Shan Goldberg. And if we see Randy Orton, I might have to throw a little, out into the open.
No.
But Cleveland, these are two superstars that a lot of people know from way back then that are still doing things now. How pumped are you to see both these guys live in person?
Well, I will say this, not the hugest Goldberg fan. He rubbed off a little bit off to me. I used to like him back in the day, but he coming back too much kind of took it away. But at the end of the day, this would be very exciting to see Goldberg's entrance. I grew up watching Randy Orton. I remember his first year in the WWE, so to see him live will be pretty dope to see. I'm pumped to see Charlotte Flair, the Queen, in person. I think that's she's got a phenomenal match tonight against his favorite, Nikki Ash.
Not my favorite. I did not say it's my favorite. I hope she wins, though. I hope she takes. By the way, no holds barred match for those who didn't see it. So not only are you going to get a Goldberg signing tonight, probably a Randy Orton signing before Cleveland gets back to it. We have Nikki Ash for Charlotte Flair in a no holds barred title contenders match.
So that's going to be great. Maybe we'll see AJ Styles and Amos. Like I said, I'm really pumped to go see this. We've been waiting all week for this show. We might catch a little bit of main event before the show starts, but I am pumped to go see it with these group of guys.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to be in the first few rows. Be on the look for us. Now that you guys can see us, I'll either have a red Monday Night Raw shirt on or the You Can't See Me Nation John Cena. Well, he goes with he's not going with his yellow LeBron James. Thank God. He's either going to in Chicago. You don't want to be the icing on the cake for a no holds barred match, but we're going to be buying some crap at the event. And then he also has his Cleve and Me shirt that he'll be that's red, right?
Oh yeah.
So bright red. If we both are wearing bright red between my big head and two red shirts, you cannot miss us.
Well, catch us with I'm gonna try to get a poster board before the show. So catch if you see a Cleve and Me on the screen, screenshot it for us and shout us out on Twitter. And just that'd be really cool to see if somebody would see us.
I get what now we got to get that Cleve and Me sign
going.
We
gotta
got
get
to.
it. Get promotion, get the fans talking, and then just to see us on TV. Somebody go, hey, we saw you and Joe on TV. That'd be really cool to see, man.
We're a few hours away. We're gonna have to pick that up soon.
Oh yeah,
and get that going. So I love that idea. So be on the look for two bright red shirts. Be on the look for a Cleve and Me sign. Just get our name out there, get the show out there, but just enjoy Monday Night Raw. You also mentioned AJ Styles and Omos. I hope I get to see. I think we will, but I'm excited to see them while in person. Mania, I went to Saturday night. And I believe they wrestled on Sunday, so I did not get to catch them. But a lot happening. If they don't allow tailgating that much, but we are getting there early. We're about a little over 5 hours away from when the action starts on USA Network. We're actually about to get going after this episode, meet up with the other members of the squad. Like I said, co-host Tampa Tones, Tricky Tones, he'll be with us.
Heel Tones,
as we've been calling him lately. He will be live with us. Emad. Unfortunately, he will be with us. And if you're watching this right now, get over it, kid. And also Rudy, who, if you know Alex Ruiz with Row 7 Podcast, he's joining us. If you type in Cleve on Me on YouTube, you can see our pre-shows from before, and we'll be doing it again for SummerSlam. It's going to be a huge month for all wrestling fans, not only in WWE, but along with AEW, Rampage starting up, surprises coming back for both shows. are at the top of their game right now with live audiences coming back. So we're just beyond excited for everything that's going to happen. I'm trying to think of anything else Raw-wise. We'll probably get a little bit of Sheamus and Damian Priest. I really like where this is going because I think it's two great characters in and out of the ring. Let's say you, Cleve.
The Sheamus, like I said, I'm a huge Sheamus fan. This Sheamus and Damian Priest is actually giving the United States champion a bit of a relevancy again. Even though Sheamus has, he had a broken nose, he was going off TV for a while. So it's nice to see the secondary belt getting love on the show too. Maybe Damian Priest gets his first major belt on the main roster. All Sheamus, that, like I said, that feud is doing wonders compared to him and Ricochet, where it was interesting, but you knew Sheamus was going to come out of this one the champion. But in this one, it could go either way, in my opinion.
Well, and I agree it can go either way. I believe Damian Priest, if he's getting this built up, I think he might snag this. But then again, we could predict that another time. But I would love to see an altercation between the two there. Another two that I would love to see in action or even just show up is Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. Of course, we're going to get Riddle. Arcade Bro. We hope to see Orton. It's been weeks. He could just be easily taking some time off, or, this is part of the storyline and what they're doing. But I can't say enough how excited I am once again to see Randy Orton. He's a top 5, probably superstar of mine. I have a couple of his shirts, and I know for sure, Cleveland, you're on the same line of you would love to see some Randy Orton.
Pumped. I got a Randy Orton trading card in my book bag. Hopefully, I get a chance to get it signed, but even not just to see Randy Orton in person would be cool to see, and the RKO in person. That would be great.
Anytime you can see an RKO, especially when they come out of nowhere, is just one of the best things you can do. I was actually watching Lesnar and Heyman out in the ring the other day, and Lesnar said, Paul Heyman said something along the lines of, he'll never RKO Brock. Boom, comes out of nowhere, and the fans just go wild when you see that stuff. So we're going to bring the excitement tonight. I hope the show does the same, as it's been good the last few weeks with the fans. Anything else, Cleveland, in terms of Raw? We haven't really hit on the, Rhea Ripley could play a role somewhere maybe, but I'm trying to think of anything else. The tag teams, Viking Raiders lost last week. I don't know exactly what will happen now. But anybody else on Raw, anything in particular you'd like to hit on outside of the main stuff? Lashley, we didn't even talk much about. Drew McIntyre and Jinder. Anything on that? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm pumped to see Bobby Lashley. I can't believe I let this slip my mind too. I am pumped to see the almighty Bobby Lashley and MVP. Pretty cool to see. I'm still a Drew McIntyre guy, so Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal, that would be kind of cool to see, even though that feud alone is as Joe brings over the champion that I will be wearing tonight, actually.
Had to put the title in the picture, but go on.
I had to put it. So, I'm pumped to see Bobby, Drew McIntyre, even Jinder. I'm not the biggest Jinder guy, but it'll be cool to see Jinder out there. And maybe we get a 24/7 little run around the audience. Us being so close to the ring, we'll be somewhat closer when they run in the crowd. So that's something to look forward to.
And it's going to be a big event overall. I mean, 3 hours. We're going to be getting in there early. We're not exactly sure how this all works at ringside yet. Yes, I've been to a couple Manias. He's been to a couple shows. I've even been to Allstate a couple times for like a Money in the Bank and Raw, but ringside's a whole new experience. We want to get there early. We want to enjoy it. We're going to have a podcast again. It's early in the week. We're going to do a podcast this week too, coming out. We just wanted to really hit everybody live. Just express how we're getting there tonight. If you have a minute to watch USA Network, please do. And as you can see, we're trying to let you know what we'll be wearing, what we'll be, repping and things like that. I can promise you I won't rep the John Cena, Michael Myers mask. My buddy got me one for my birthday. Sometimes I bring it up, but a little bit scary.
Oh, it's creepy, kids.
So I'm not gonna go fiend on y'all and be wearing this tonight. It's the only head that might be bigger than mine, but he'll be back. So John Cena fake mask. I love you, but won't be showing on television screens near you. I don't want to creep out the kids.
Get some hecklers in the crowd.
Yeah, my Cena shirt might do that enough. Just like his LeBron James jersey, I'm going to leave the Cena mask behind. But really,
oh wow! I was just letting the fans at home know I was champion.
Anybody could be the champ when you pay for something, right? So don't even have to get into that. But thank everybody. We thank you all for watching today. We're coming up on the 2:00 hour Central Time. We got to be hitting out soon. So we just want to give you our latest thoughts from Wyatt to CM Punk to Daniel Bryan to going to tonight's show. It's just going to be a great time, Cleveland. Before we get out of here, any final thoughts for the people?
Thank you to all our listeners and viewers, especially the 5 that are checking us out right now as me and Joe slowly get ourselves ready to go to this. We got a great night planned. I want to thank Joe and everyone else that came to visit this weekend. It was nice to see everyone. We had a great time. Friday night was great. Saturday was great. Sunday was great. It was really a great time. We hope I can do this pretty soon again. So thank you for checking us out, tuning in. Don't forget, if you see us, screenshot us, shout us out on Twitter, and that would really add on the cherry to the top of this great night we're going to have.
Yeah, because, we had a great weekend. It's Monday night. We don't care.
Good vibes.
People had work today. We didn't. Sorry about that. Everyone, we get a little vacation time. We made it a good weekend. And we're just amped up. I'm going to have to start maybe the fun a little bit early, get a couple drinks in, have a little bit of fun because we will not be quiet tonight. We will not be just those guys sitting down in our seats. We appreciate everyone that has the time to not only follow the feed, but the podcast. We're pretty happy about where we came over a year from nothing to something. We don't know where that something will go, but we're not done and we're not even close to it. So unlike the unpredictability you find in everyday wrestling, we will keep hitting you hard weekly. Sometimes we take a few days here and here, but like I said, we didn't do a show last week due to a few things. We got you the YouTube show, and we'll be doing another podcast following up of what we thought about ringside. How, did we think it was worth it? We want to share our experiences with you guys too. I thought every experience I've had so far has been good. All-State Arena regular seats, a little scrunch for the big guys like ourselves. But besides that, I've never really had a complaint at an event. I'm interested to see what kind of chants we get going tonight. From the Woo chant, Ric Flair was just released. I know in Chicago, they always start the CM Punk. Will we get Wyatt chants tonight with Bliss? By the way, nobody knocked Bliss. This has nothing to do with her. Yeah, she had a character change, but guess what? That comes from the top. Sometimes, as we all know, these people don't have the control. Sometimes we think they do, outside of a few. So be with us and be ready. But as always, God bless y'all out there. I'm not going to say good night yet because we'll be tweeting live from Monday Night Raw. Thank you.